Hello, and thank you for accessing our mini session, Top 5 Answers to Your Sustainable Travel Questions in 15 Minutes. This session is part of our Timely Topics education series, which includes education and resources designed to speak to the current business environment. I'm your host, Naomi, and I have a few quick items to review before we get started. First, everything you see on your screen is movable and resizable using the arrows in the corners. If you have any questions about today's content, you can submit them through the Q&A widget that can be found at the bottom of your screen, and we'll be sure to get back to you via email. We also have additional resources and links to support today's session in the resources widget that looks like a folder, so be sure to check that out. And finally, to help guide us on future topics, we ask that you complete a quick survey at the close of the session. You can find it in the widget that looks like a clipboard. Now that that's out of the way, I'd like to hand it off to our speaker for today's mini session, Amy Taylor.
Thank you, Naomi. So as Naomi said, my name is Amy Taylor. I've been in the industry for almost 30 years, working on both the buyer and the supplier side. And it's my pleasure to spend the next 15 minutes talking with you about sustainability. As business begins moving and corporate travel ramps up, the importance of sustainability continues to grow. Organizations of all industries and sizes are recognizing that attentively managing their environmental impact isn't just about being responsible. It's about being successful. It's about being efficient. It's about attracting and retaining both customers and employees. Because running a more sustainable business can help make your business more profitable, and your travel program can help. In the next few minutes, we'll tackle 5 simple but significant questions about sustainable travel that reinforce why sustainable travel matters. Emphasize why now is the time to start diving in. Highlight what's possible and what you can do within your current program. How to communicate with employees and what specifically you should share. What other value you can expect for your organization. All right, let's start with why sustainable travel is something you, your organization, and your program should care about. We know sustainability overall matters to customers, shareholders, communities, and more. And we know travel is a critical part of it. How can we be so sure? Because companies are willing to invest. We just completed research with travel decision makers and travelers across EMEA, and the story's pretty interesting. Almost all organizations, 98%, were prepared to commit additional investments over and above their current travel management budget to tackle the issue. Yet approximately 6 out of 10 professionals openly acknowledge that they do not feel suitably equipped and enabled to implement sustainable travel policies successfully. And because the issue is important to business travelers, it needs to matter to business. Almost all business travelers, 97%, are prepared to invest extra journey time in pursuit of more sustainable options. And 79% of travelers aged between 25 and 39 would be more inclined to work for a company that prioritizes sustainability. So the bottom line is, business travel sustainability matters because it's the right thing to do, it's better for business, and critical to engaging the workforce that will define your future. So if we know it's important, why do we know now is the time to do it? Well, there's a couple of key reasons. First, you're already reevaluating your travel policies. As travel begins moving again, safety protocols and steps are going to have to be built into your process to cover things like pre-trip approval to ensure travel is absolutely necessary and planned in a safe manner. Communicate PPE and other requirements per airport and destination city. Establish and manage post-trip quarantine protocols before employees can and should return to yours or your customers' offices. With that work already being done, making sustainability adjustments now just makes sense. Second, you're already doing work to get your data in order. The traveller safety and tracking requirements of travelling in a COVID-19 era require organisations to close any gaps in their travel data. And that data is what's critical to managing sustainability well. In fact, our recent survey shows the link between effective data management and sustainability. 82% of companies with exceptional data management processes consider themselves to have highly sustainable corporate travel policies. Now that we've covered why it's time to take action now, let's look at what action you can and should take. The good news is that there are steps you can take within your existing SAP Concur solution to help your organization make travel more sustainable. It starts at the planning phase, where you can use the Concur Request Audit Rules engine, and leveraging the large set of criteria, configure a wide variety of rules. You can educate and communicate key messages to the employees as soon as they plan a trip by leveraging the configurable company notes area on the Concur homepage. As travellers shop for travel options, they can see and sort flight options by emissions, as you can see here. You can also highlight what hotels offer electronic receipts, reducing unnecessary paper. Point users to hybrid options as they choose rental cars. Recommend train options that have a better footprint than aircraft. And interestingly, when you think about the total cost of the trip, very often this can also make you financial savings as well. You can also use partner technology to make shopping for sustainable travel options easier. Partners like RouteRank, who help shop by finding the right door-to-door itinerary and then consume the request API to generate an almost complete travel request. As travellers book, you can point them to preferred suppliers that meet your travel sustainability goals. Give travellers visual confirmation that what they've booked is okay. Configuring rules to display a message to give employees recognition and motivation to adhere to a sustainable policy. Highlight hotel options that feature strong sustainability commitments and policies. Recommend travel alternatives to redirect same-day trips, for example, comparing the flight cost with a web conference cost. From an expense perspective, we talked about e-receipts earlier, but did you know e-receipts can be enabled for many more suppliers with all the same benefits? It's quite easy to do and can not only cut down on paper, but bring data directly into your system to reduce the work for your employees and increase the accuracy of the information. Additionally, while many companies are now on a path to manage their own global carbon offset program, many haven't yet started this process or are too small to dedicate resources to it. With Concur Expense, you can enable employees to expense carbon offset spend as a way to compensate for your company's business travel emissions while satisfying employees' values. And finally, as you analyse your spending, you can enlist employees in the sustainability cause, using the TripIt Pro app to show their air travel carbon emissions, as well as provide ideas on how to reduce or offset that impact. Tap into platform partners like Scope 5 that deliver greenhouse gas footprint reports for air, rail, car, and also ground transportation. Or JetSet Offset that integrates with your SAP Concur data to deliver real-time tracking to measure avoided travel and greener choices, as well as a donation platform that allows companies to donate 1 cent per mile to climate-focused non-profit organizations. Use SAP Concur reporting to deliver monthly, quarterly, and annual reviews on your carbon emissions from corporate travel. And you can dive into the details to analyze emissions by employee, department, route, country, or any other category you like, while also getting insight into trends like rental car use per city to decide if you should promote greener options like ride sharing or public transit. Like many things, communication is critical to embracing a sustainable travel strategy. And our research shows that travel decision makers have seen internal communication campaigns be an effective way to inspire change. So what do you need to say and share with your team? First, emphasize the importance of corporate sustainability. Remind them that 5% of the world's carbon emissions come from travel, and business travel makes up 30% of all travel. Next, get them thinking about sustainability over convenience. And our research shows that travellers are ready for this message, with 34% of travellers happy to give between 2 and 4 hours of their time, while 26% would increase their journey time by 4 to 8 hours for more sustainable options. Finally, get specific about the initiatives you want to feature and make a campaign. Highlight one per week or month, offer incentives for participation, showcase winners to inspire others and reward performance. Employees, investors, regulators, and communities support organisations that recognise that doing good is good for business. They want to work with, invest in, and be connected to businesses with tangible action and quantifiable results to back up environmental promises. SAP Concur can help you prove your sustainability program has meaning. You can show real numbers and track your progress. And you can equip yourself to be ready as environmental, regulatory, and reporting requirements get defined. It's a simple way to offer tangible proof that your organisation is committed to driving down your carbon emissions, minimising your environmental impact, and making a measurable difference to make our world better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy. If you would like to check out additional resources available within the Timely Topics Education series, please be sure to click through the link that can be found in the Resources widget. And as a final reminder, please complete the survey before you go. Thank you so much for joining us.